I was younger, I was terrified that I would grow up to be a bad person. The world defined for me what was good and what was bad, and when I didn't live up to what was considered good, my anxiety worsened. They said, don't let other people see your failures, and go to school, be a good student, you have to be your own savior. In 2006, I was introduced to a new life. This Jesus person was supposed to end my strife. All I had to do was obey his laws, memorize some verses, go to church, and I'll receive applause. The new standard kept me on edge. Desperate to attain the status of good, I followed the rules and pledged that I would not curse, I would not steal, I would not lie. I lied. You see, instead of freeing me from my fears, this legalist teaching made my life a performance, an act to keep up, a mask to wear, a life dedicated to conformance. I'm not the only child who grew up believing a false gospel. The current age promotes all kinds of gospels that are not true. Works-based, prosperity, God is love only. The only thing this age gets right is that we are in need of saving. The works-based gospel ignores God's grace. It leaves us pining for perfection and life becomes a chase. This age overlooks the holistic character of God, focusing only on his love and not his justice. It's all a facade. We need to go back to the books and authors that speak wisdom from the Bible. Spurgeon's defense of Calvinism is one example to keep us liable. To preach justification by faith without works, and the sovereignty of God in his dispensation of grace. In his book On the Grace of Christ and on Original Sin, Augustine enlightens us of what we should embrace. We must not suppose that any merits of our own preceded our reception of the gift of God, an act of grace that satisfies the gaping rift between the holiness of God and our broken sin. But the ultimate all-encompassing book was not formulated from human mind. It was not tainted by the greed, the anger, the pride that makes humans blind. Rather, it is a work unmatched, with words God breathed, that provides us with all truth. Unlike the world we live in now, full of false teachings directed towards the youth. Ephesians 2:8-9 states, "For it is by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not from yourselves, it is the gift of God, not by works so that no one can boast." The gospel is clearly communicated through the Bible first and foremost. To correct our vision, to save our culture, we must return to the words from the beginning of time, because only this book has the power to save, to speak to us, to become the new paradigm. And that is why we need to read the old books, to correct our contemporary mistakes, and start believing that to receive salvation and to reach God, we don't have to do more than God states.